welcome back. Corey with you, and I want to talk today about how I choose guitars for the particular gig I'm going to do. Now, it could be my own gig where I'm really trying to experiment and find the tone that I hear in my head for what I want to play, or for an artist or singer-songwriter that I'm playing with. I've been doing that for years and years and years, and it always presents its own challenges, and you have to choose the right tool for the job because you want to replicate their music to the best of your ability. It's always fun. I always consider it a challenge, and I think I do it pretty well because I enjoy it so much. So when you enjoy something, you want to do it well. So we're going to take a look at a few guitars, and we're going to use the amp I've been using lately for the most part, the Rock TS1. I'll walk you through that a little bit, and that's going to be the backdrop for all of the guitars. But what you heard me playing there in the opening was on this Casino. This is my 61 Epiphone Casino. And I'm going to play that track on 3 more guitars so you can really hear how their personalities come out and how each guitar kind of makes me play a little bit differently too. So that'll be a lot of fun. So we'll walk through the amp, we'll talk about each guitar, and of course I'll make the backing track available too. So, what you want to do is make sure you really listen, with some headphones or some good speakers so you can really hear the nuance of each guitar. Please stick around to the end because we'll be talking about each one in depth, and of course I'll have the backing track available for you as well to jam on. It's a lot of fun, and let's just jump right into it because this is going to be a lot of great information coming at you. All right, let's check out the Casino, and first the Rock TS1. All right, so let's talk about the signal path here. Just coming out of the Casino into the Rock TS1, into a universal audio aux box. There's the app there, and that's giving me my cabinet simulation. The aux is a great tool. It allows me to run bona fide tube amps at a low volume or silent and take advantage of the powerful software and create cabinet simulation, and microphones, room sound, effects, all that kind of stuff. It's not going to be a deep dive into that because we've done it before, but we'll definitely show it. Now, the Rock TS1 is a really cool amplifier I've been using a lot. This is 40 watts, 6V6. I like that sort of vibe. It gets, the tone just kind of gets there faster for me. I love 6V6 tubes. Now, we're going to come right into the gain control, and this is a cascading gain circuit. That means all of these knobs, as you turn them up, are kind of contributing to the overall tone. Now, a lot of amps do that, but this is built on a circuit that is like meant to really blend it all together, even the overdrive channel, because it's not really a channel, it's just a stage, if you will. Almost like pedals are inserted into your amp, right? Because ultimately that's what we're doing with pedals anyway. We're trying to get something out of our bass tone. We're trying to add to what we already have. A lot of that's in this amp. That's why they have a lot of switches and stuff going on, but it's really not that daunting. So it's just a clean sound here. And I can drive that with my gain control and get some more, sort of breakup from it, if you will. When you dig in, you hear the Casino kind of growl a little bit. But I want to take it back and make it clean. See my treble and middle kind of straight up and down. When I'm recording, I usually turn the lows down quite a bit. I want that definition to really happen. See, it gets a little too muddy there. But live, it's a whole different story. So, other things that are really interesting about this amp. You've seen like one knob clean boosts. I've done a video on one recently. This has got like its own clean boost built in with the FET control. So imagine I have this. Or maybe I have like a bluesy rhythm thing. And I want to boost it up. It just boosted my clean tone a little bit. I can drive it harder. Perfect little lead boost built in. Pretty great. As we go down, we have a bright control. We're going to add some high end. The mid changes the sort of midpoint and really pushes it on this amp. The deep control changes basically the frequency of the bass. As you turn it up, you would hear the bass change with that knob engaged or disengaged. So you get different flavors, which is pretty cool. The bypass control is really fun because what you have is essentially guitar, input, it's going to skip the EQ section. Actually, what it's going to do is pretend they're turned all the way up. So you get this sort of guitar input-output as opposed to any EQ affecting it. That's just clean like we had it. Put the bypass control on, it's foot switchable. And it just brings this entire new thing to the amp. And that's gonna make this knob work differently too now. It's very pure to me. So it's got so many great options. I mean, this is why Two Rocks are really sought after, because they've taken the time to do all this stuff in a really, really sort of cork sniffing sort of way. These guys are friends of mine, and I know the time that they put into this stuff. Now we go to the lead channel, and we have a master for it, so it's almost like we have dual masters. This gain is going to affect the lead, but also we have more gain coming from this lead here, and of course we can foot switch it too. So essentially we could have a little rhythm sound, the lead in, of course, we could match those volumes if we wanted, but man, you can get some really gnarly tones. Imagine you want to do lead, bypass, FET. All on tap. Really, really cool. So I'll be playing around with mostly the lead and the bypass for these examples, but that's the Rock TS1, and we got the aux box supplying the cabinet modeling, and we're even using a cabinet very similar to a Two Rock cabinet. This is a, I believe it, yeah, it's the Alnico 50 cabinet, and we're miking it with a 414 and a Ribbon 160, which is like a AKG 414, Biodynamic 160. I like that sound a lot. I don't use it all the time because the 414 can be a little low-end heavy, but when we're doing these sort of single guitar things, it can be a lot of fun. So that's it. Oh, by the way, there's some reverb. Let's take a look at that. Some plate, take it off. Super dry. Our 1176 compressor, barely working. I just like it for videos because it makes the amp punch a little bit more. And what I do, the EQ's on, but I'm not doing anything. What I might do sometimes is raise the high pass filter to like 120 or below. So even though the button's on, we're not really using it. All right, so here's the Casino, 1961. It's in great shape. It's had some stuff done to it, like the pickups have been rewound. I found out through an appraisal. There was a strap button there, it's now here. The vibrato is gone, it's a trapeze. So it's all like a player's guitar at this point. And Casinos are super fun because they're essentially ES330s, which is what I wanted, and ended up getting this guitar. Now 330, or Casino, and sorry for the way I'm sitting here, it's the only way I can get all this stuff in the camera shot. Totally hollow. Good thing and bad thing. The good thing is that, let me change my reverb a little bit here while we're chatting, is that it's got a great sound for R&B rhythm. Obviously the blues stuff. With guitars like this, you can feel the air moving. Even, you know, semi-hollow guitars like 335s, you can do that. But when you're playing something like, it's a lot of fun. But this will get you in trouble if you're with another guitar player and you need to punch through the mix because there's no center block. That's the problem. Now, you say, well, Keith Richards used one. Yeah, that's fine. Keith did use one. But I found personally when volumes are ramped up, this thing does not have the punch in a live situation. If I'm the only guitar player, it's totally cool. But if I'm playing with somebody else that maybe has a solid body guitar, they're gonna destroy me. That being said, this is a lot of fun to play. I use it a lot. It's a super cool guitar. So let's hear it with the bridge pickup, maybe some overdrive. I mean, that sounds like some great Otis Rush. If we throw the FET on, pretty bitey. It's really, really cool. Did you hear that low end start to get a little woofy? That's okay. One thing I like to do is turn the neck pickup down some, and I can have the neck pickup kind of mellow, and when I want to go to the bridge, it stings. Middle position is killer too. A lot of fun. I enjoy playing this guitar. It's been refretted. It plays really, really great. My buddy Greg Voros, who you probably have seen on the internet from Groons, works on a lot of my stuff, does the refrets, the dresses, all that stuff. He's killer. So thanks to him for making this great guitar play great. My two rock friends are just gonna be represented highly in this video because it sounds great and each guitar really takes on a personality plugged into it. All right, so this guitar I played at the Nashville Guitar Night, the first one that was ever hosted by Guthrie Trapp and friends at a wonderful little dive bar in Nashville called The Underdog. Here's a clip of me playing this guitar with my 2-Rock Bloomfield drive. I don't think I had this one yet. And it was pretty great. And the guitar sounded killer. The band was awesome, intense, killer musicians. I mean, these guys are badasses. And they only had like a day to learn the song. We played it once and we let it rip. Here it is.
Hey, first time we ever played those songs, y'all. How about that? How about for this band?
right, so that was me playing this guitar, the Novo Miris J, over that track. And Novo guitars are really, really special. They're made here in Nashville. Dennis Fano makes them. You might remember him of Fano guitar fame. And I didn't think they were for me until I played one. I played one at a NAMM show, and I was like, wow, the quality is incredible. And I said, let me do something kind of wild. I love some of their designs and the different sort of like harmony aesthetics they were going after with the harmony bursts and things like that. And I saw this pick guard on a guitar, and I was like, I have to have that. Then I saw this color they call bull black, and it's bull black over copper, because you can see the copper sort of peeking through. And the Miris is a semi-hollow, obviously here with the F-hole. Has the Jazzmaster style trem and bridge, but this is the Mastery version. Mastery bridge is really, really great stuff. Really smooth, stays in tune really well. And I went with 2 Lawler gold foils, completely different than anything else I had. It's got a roasted maple neck. It's got a natural back, which is something that they don't do all the time. So it's got this cool two-tone look to it. And it is just so fun to play. A lot of times I'll put flat wounds on it. There's round wounds on it right now. But gold foil pickups, I'll just play them. Airy, light, jangly, low output, but they sound really cool once you crank the gain up. Let's just hit it with the FET boost, and we'll hear the bridge pickup. Let's hear it without that first. So I use this guitar in a lot of like Americana stuff. A little rounder, a little smoother than a Telly. Really special and airy because it's got that sort of semi-hollow feel. Super, super cool. These pickups seem to love overdrive and just kind of get this cool, well, you'll hear it. Check this out. Killer. Go to the neck pickup. If a trem's there, I gotta use it. And this guitar can get super bluesy. I kept most of the settings the same. So if we go to the lead channel, I love the bark that it has. It can get quite single coily. You can hear it just doesn't sound like anything else. It's not super tight and compressed. It's not super wiry like a single coil. And the low end doesn't get all mushy and fall apart like on some other guitars, like the Casino or some of the other ones that I might have. It's a special breed. I don't know what they're doing, but it's really, really fun to play. And I have to tell you, it is high, high quality. Really, really sort of attention to detail is what you want to think. That's what you would look for in a guitar like this. Oh, by the way, the binding matches the pick guard. That's like a special thing they did for me. I don't think they do it anymore. Super cool company, great folks. I encourage you to check out Novo. And I use this guitar with singer-songwriters a lot because it kind of fits in the holes where maybe acoustic guitar and bass is, and it just kind of has this wonderful sort of airy thing going on like I was talking about. Airy just comes to mind, I don't know why. But I'm gonna show you some clips from this point on of me playing with one of my favorite singer-songwriters in town. I swear, this is like one of my favorite all-time bands I've ever played in. You might not know who he is. His name is Nick Wayne. Great songwriter, great singer, blue-eyed soul kind of dude. And I'll show you some clips of us playing downtown Nashville recently for his EP release. And I use this guitar on some bluesy numbers, and I'll use the other guitars in his band as well. It'll be a good showcase for all of them. But that was the Novo Mirs J. This is me playing with Nick Wayne, and then we'll move on. So this is the PRS DGT. It's the David Grissom model that you just saw me play. And this is a super, super versatile guitar. I have used this on countless gigs and tours over the past few years. I've had it for a few years now. And PRS made this one for me in a cool champagne gold metallic. I saw this color hanging out there years ago and they didn't make it anymore. So I said, can we do that? And he said, sure. I opted for the moons instead of the bird inlays. And I had a satin finished neck, which has since been glossed up by my hand. That's gonna happen on your satin finishes when you play it a lot. A couple things to know about the DGT. It's got a coil tap, which sounds really nice, and the controls are volume, volume, tone, and it's bridge here, then neck. So if you get one of these and you go reaching for that, thinking it's the neck pickup, it's not, it's the bridge pickup. So I got the bridge pickup on. And one thing you'll notice about PRS is they're very focused in the mid-range, and I like that for some things. You're gonna hear me play it with Nick Wayne in a moment, where it's kind of more of a pop sound, and it cuts through the band, and it's already like pre-mixed. I know Paul really loves the studio, so I can imagine him kind of tuning his guitars that way. Your neck pickup, here's the bridge. Here's the middle. So when I go to the middle, you hear even with this distortion, it still has the clarity. That's a big deal. This is like a hi-fi kind of sounding instrument. Coil tap sounds nice. It's a really, really fun guitar. I use it a lot. The trem, I haven't touched it since it came out of the box. I love the way it feels. The only thing I did was I lost a trem arm and they sent me a new one. But that's pretty much it. This is the DGT from PRS. Really fun guitar I use a lot. Here's me, once again, playing it with Nick Wayne. Totally different kind of song. Check it out. So you just heard this one right here. This is the Gibson Murphy Lab 59 light aged Les Paul. And these guitars are really special, and they're built in the custom shop by Tom Murphy's team of folks. And I know Tom fairly well. I've shared the stage with him. We've done some gigs. There's some pictures somewhere floating around with us playing. Actually, there's a video, I think, of us playing on my YouTube channel. Tom's a great guitar player in his own right. He would always bring killer Les Pauls to the gig. And I wanted to own one of his guitars, for one, because it's Tom's legacy, and I want to be a part of that for sure. Now, this is made to 59 specs. He told me that they really worked on getting the neck right. I've played 59 Les Pauls before that are worth like $400,000. And this feels as close to any of the ones I've ever played, that's for sure. I mean, I'm not a connoisseur, but I can tell you it is darn close. Like I said, sounds great, feels great. They come in a couple different categories: ultra light, light, medium, and heavy age. So the checking and the aging varies up the line, basically. So this is the light aged version. Custom Bucker 3s, I believe, are the pickups. And it's kind of aged in all the right places, and it just feels great. So don't hate on the relicing. Once you play one, it really, really feels right and feels like an old guitar. If you never played an old guitar, then you might not know how that feels when the guitar is kind of broken in, right? But I have a little overdrive on. Here's the bridge pickup. Sounds awesome. Neck pickup. Good stuff. Now, if I wanted to put maybe the bypass control on, straight into Rockland for sure. Good stuff. Maybe I'll take that off, try the FET, get a little bit more sort of intense bluesier. Sweet tones, for sure. We ran it through the gamut right there, and it sounds pretty killer. So I used this guitar a couple weeks ago, like I said, with my friend Nick Wayne. It was a couple months ago by now. And he always throws in that Gary Clark Jr. song, Bright Lights, that's it. And he lets me just kind of take off on that one. So I played this on that, and I thought, man, just go for it. And you'll hear it. It sounds great. Check it out.
a different person came down, somebody else. I know it.
So I thought that would be a fun video just to go through some of the guitars I've been using a lot and how I'm using them, and really playing them against that same track in a different way to evoke the personality out of the guitar is something I love to do. And it's really what makes owning a lot of different guitars really fun. So don't let that stop you from owning more than one. No, I'm not a pusher, I swear. Trust me, if I could go down to one or two, I would, and someday I might. I've just sold a bunch recently. You never know what the future holds. But feel free to download that backing track and, you know, have fun with it. Post yourself playing to it on social media. Some people have been doing that. It's really cool. And if you got any questions about gear or anything, you can always hit me in the comments or email me through my website as well. And again, I'll put links to all the stuff that we looked at so you can check it out on your own as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up, so it really helps these videos and the channel out. You guys have been awesome. Finishing this video, we're almost close to 40,000. We're close to 40,000 subscribers, so I think we'll get there with this one. Your help is appreciated. Thanks so much. We'll see you on another video and another lesson. I'm Corey. See you.